Whoa, you guys got in here fast. What's up, guys? We're late. It's 4:54. We're only going to be live for about an hour and a half. I don't plan on a long daytime live stream. Power Rangers, yes. Go, go, Power Rangers. I thought I only bought one box, so he gave me like 2 boxes. I'm going to look into that because I don't know what I bought. Power Rangers? Hello, everybody. Go, go, Power Rangers. Paying taxes all day. No, I'm not going to put that in. It's too negative. Go, go, Power Rangers. New Gengar Pikachu break. All right, we're going to hit save on that. Yeah, so people voted on Gengar Pikachu. You know, I kind of secretly wanted it to be Gold Star Gyarados, but oh well. At here, we're going live right now for Tuesday day. There we go. We're pinging 400 people. Let's go ahead and let Instagram know as well. Go, go, Power Rangers. Did you guys watch that when you were a kid? I watched it. It was so weird. Such a weird show, and so it just kind of captivated you. You felt odd when you were watching. You're like, what am I watching? There'd be like the evil lady. She'd be like all cackling, like, I'll get you, my pretties. And then she would like turn a monster into a big monster, and you're like, whoa. And then the Power Rangers, they all had like their own, you know, like specialized vehicles, some kind of animal with a certain coloration. And then all the animals would like transform into a giant, like, you know, like a giant dude. Kind of like, well, like Transformers. Like Optimus Prime. And it was just like, whoa, just weird stuff you'd never seen before. Go, go, Power Rangers. Somebody asked for some Power Rangers. We're doing a thing where we just get like one booster box of a strange product. We don't buy, you know, like in the past, my inventory strategy for like cards is I would pick what I thought was really good, really investable. And then, you know, so what I'd do is I'd curate what I thought was best for you guys. Well, we've been doing that a long time, and now we're doing it a little bit differently. I'm just getting anything, but only one box of it, okay? And if we like it, we'll go deeper. If we don't like it, we won't go any deeper, and we'll just get rid of what we have. So in this case, we just like the Goosebumps. We sold through the Goosebumps, but notice I don't have any more Goosebumps. So we did a box of Goosebumps, and here's a box of Power Rangers. I'll have a price for you guys shortly. We're just, I just got the tags in, titles in, prices in, or the menu, I should say. Let's get the website up. We're starting late. It is Tuesday at 4:57. I kid you not, I was working on taxes for like 2 hours. Just terrible. Such a waste of time. I know I complain about taxes a lot, but I don't complain as much as I nearly feel about them. Of course, I go on these retarded rants about taxes, but you know, some of the bigger issues is like, dude, it wastes so much time. You have just the amount of time I have to spend working on it is ridiculous. And we're still working on our 2025 taxes because we got the, we basically got the tax statement from the accountant and it doesn't look right. Basically, I don't trust how little taxes I owe. I think I should owe more. And so I'm like trying to fix it for them, trying to figure out where they messed up. And I think where they messed up, I think they declared a lot of inventory purchases as basically cost of doing business, but that's not a cost of doing business. That money's still around, it's inventory. So then I was trying to figure out, well, how much is this? You know, how much inventory should they have actually placed there? And it's really tricky to kind of have to explain that to them and get the numbers right. So yeah, I was feeding a lot of the information into AI, and AI was analyzing it going, yeah, that doesn't look right. It's annoying, man. It's so much work. It's just terrible. There should be a faster, easier method of doing taxes. Like if you guys have a regular 9-to-5 job, you don't actually have to do that much work. If you're a business, there's like 10 times more work to do. And it's just terrible. It's such a, you need like to hire a team of people, and that costs money. You have to hire a team of people to figure it all out. And it's so stupid, dude. I hate it. I think it's probably the part of doing a business that I actually hate the very most. It's what I hate the very most. Thanks for your PSA order. We received your shipment for order, blah, 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 quantity 165. Oh, good. PSA is checking in one of our last orders before they shut down. So that's good. That's in their system now. That's good. Here's a YouTube proposal. I'm just looking at my emails now. We do this every day. We're looking at the emails because I get a lot of emails. Let's see. We have a penny message from Daniel Wiseman. He's going to update the date on his bag. Very good. It's very important you do that kind of stuff so that your bag doesn't be considered out of date. Let's go ahead and turn on our iPod now, our iPad, I should say. I hate it, dude. I hate the taxes so much. Like, I'm good at sales. Let me do sales, you know? Let me work on card grading. I'm good at Pokemon cards. I'm not good at paperwork, dude. I hate it. I hate it. It makes my head spin. I'm not terrible at paperwork. I'm not passionate about it, I should say. Like, I'm not terrible at paperwork. I'd rather be selling. All right. What are you guys doing? I've watched it and collected the cards. The sun's coming down. The sun's coming down already? I asked for it. You guys are welcome. Clay technology is definitely underrated. Megazords. I could buy a pack. You can't say the R word on YouTube. Really? Sounded like you can. Sounds like you need a new accountant. My accountant is great. Too bad I live in the UK. Otherwise, I would introduce him to you. Hey, mister, how's it going? Power Rangers. Yeah, I keep talking to Karis about potentially just getting a new accountant because I really feel like, well, here's the problem. They're like an accounting firm and they keep getting new people. And then I get a new person and they don't know how my business works. So they're just like looking at numbers on a paper going, all right, I think it's this. And then I have to like reteach them how the business works. And this happens every couple of years. Every couple of years, there's a new guy and they don't got a clue how it's working. And I have a very unusual business. This is not a typical, it's a Pokemon card business. So it's very specific. And I don't think they deal with Pokemon businesses very often. All right, let's price this up. Welcome, guys. It is a new day. Power Ranger. Okay, I gotta stop. Boop. Didn't one of the Power Rangers go on to be like a bad dude? Oh, it is 2 boxes. Okay, I got 2 boxes. I didn't pay a lot for them. Who printed it? Somebody called Collect a Card. Some company called Collect a Card. Collect a Card, 1994. They're both 1994. Looks like each box, no, this one is 36 count hobby, 24 count jumbo, whatever that means. Let's get out of this so the camera doesn't do its annoying crap anymore. This says nothing on it, and this one says Series 2. So might I go on a branch here and assume that this is Series 1 on the left and this is Series 2 on the right, and we have 1 box of each. And they're not going to be terribly expensive. I might not even add them to the menu. They might be a secret item. I might not add them to the website. I don't need to make much to make my money back. But let me go ahead and see. Like, what if I wanted to buy a separate box of these right now? Oh, yeah, it says right here, Series 1, Series 2. Okay. There's like $10 a pack. I have a box. Oh, okay. So, I mean, that's a pretty simple price, but, oh, interestingly, so we got the Jumbo Series 2 packs. That's interesting. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Here is, what is this? What is this? That appears to be Series 1 as well, but it looks different from this one on the left. The new season? I'm not sure that this one on the left really is Season 1. I think that, or Series 1, I think it says the new season on it. It might be like print wave, it might be the 3rd print or something. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what kind of cards are inside. They look okay. The cards inside look okay. I can see some of the cards. The jumbo packs probably cost a little more. Divided by 24. So we're going to do $12 on the jumbo packs. And then for this box with the 36 packs, I think it's going to be a bit cheaper. So we're going to do $6. Should I? Yeah, I think we're going to do $6 per pack on the left. And then when I say $12 per pack on the right, the jumbo packs, there's fewer of them per box, right? So under other card sets, we're going to have Power Rangers Series 1, $6 a pack. Those could sell out really fast at that price. Actually, you know what? I really don't think that that's Series 1. I'm not going to call it Series 1. I'm going to call it New Season. And also, let me check sold just before you start sending in, because I can't find a box of it. I cannot find a box of this. Okay, there was a box of it sold back in May. It wasn't terribly expensive, but there was only one box of it, and it's gone now. It's gone. So I think we'll stick to the $6. It's not too crazy. Let's see, where's our price? $6 a pack. It's nothing really. Honestly, it could be gone in like a week. And then the other one, there's fewer booster packs per box. Power Rangers. This is going to say Series 2. And that is going to say $12. Yeah, so there's substantially fewer packs in the box on the right. And I'm betting you get like more cards out of it. All right, there you go. $6 on the left, $12 on the right. Should I add it to the website? I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I think it won't. I won't need to. How much for the blue box? $6 per pack in here, $12 per pack in here. That's what we're doing. They look old. They definitely look old. Oh, good. Plastic already tore. Not a surprise. Look at that old plastic just barely holding together. How many years has this box been passed around? Whoa, cool, man. Each pack contains amazing answer board overlay. Okay, cool. A bit of fun, a bit of nostalgia. You know, these were part of the past. Around the time you were collecting Pokemon cards. Now, I don't think they're going to have the same value as a Pokemon card, but they're also really inexpensive. So you can open this just for fun. You don't have to think of every pack you ever open as an investment. It doesn't have to be that way. Sometimes you just have some money left over and you're just having fun. But on the other hand, maybe these are a little collectible. I don't even know. There might be a collector out there picking up all the Power Rangers. Power Rangers fanatic. You know, it's weird. Yeah, this is like, this is not season 1. This is like season 3 or something. They're calling it the new season. There's the White Ranger. So this is not series 1. The guy who I bought this from was not labeling these correctly. Just set those back there. Here's the new Pikachu Gengar. He is the next break. $128, 36 spots. Could take a very long time to fill this. It's basically larger than the Mega Break. And we'll just see how it goes. I mean, if new people joined our group, people with deep pockets, people who understood, hey, this is where the big breaks are hosted, maybe with breaks like that want to move faster. I don't know. Now let's go find Daniel Weissman. It's all about having an audience that can actually fill that break, but we've got it. We've made it available. Don't open the blue one. I want the box. Oh, the box is already snipped open. I'm so sorry. I didn't expect you to say that. I'm sorry. You were thinking of buying it all the way out. That break's ridiculous. We can't even finish the Tyranitar. Yeah, well, it's hosted differently. It's definitely differently hosted, so. I don't see a Daniel Weissman. Is he in the D overflow? He says, don't take my stuff. That's what he said. Dylan, Danny. Oh, here it is, Daniel Weissman. All right, Daniel Weissman says 126, and he's going to need a baggy update. TRG, congrats on the Zard slab. That break is ridiculous. We can't even finish. Oh, yeah, so did you see you won the Charizard? You won the Charizard. Series 1 is red. Yeah, that was like Series 3, I'm guessing. Oops. Didn't write that very well. 8.26. Daniel Weissman updating the bag. 8.26. Thanks, saw it this morning. You must have been excited. You are. You had a big shot in there, because like Mr. Javier, you and Javier had a lot of spots in there. So there was a good shot for either of you guys to pull it, but it worked out your way this time. Yeah, it's pretty wild, huh? Where is it? Is it over here? Look at this, guys. We host some very expensive, very exciting breaks, and this is one of them. 151 Charizard pulled for $60 by Team Rocket Grunt. We like to argue that it's cheaper to pull a card out of one of our breaks than to go after the same card in the booster packs. Why is that? Well, because the odds of 151 Charizard coming out of the booster packs is very low. And then on top of that, the odds of it grading 10 are also very low. You might have to pull 2, 3, 4, 5 of these before just one of them is eligible for 10. So when you do the math, the amount of money spent on the packs needed on average to grade one Charizard from 151 is more money than what's needed to set off this pack break, this slab break. So less money is needed to set this off, and he's already graded 10. It's a guaranteed 10. Now, without knowing much about the pull rates for the Gengar from 151 Surprise, we're assuming this is the same equation. So we're assuming that it's cheaper to just pull one of these out of a break on average than to pull one from one of their booster boxes on average. We've opened I don't know if you guys know this, but we've opened 4 booster boxes of this product over time and pulled exactly 0 Pikachu Gengars, none. You know how many boxes that is? That's 80 boxes. So we've opened 80 boxes of this, pulled none of them, and so now we're hosting a break. And you'll notice the card online is very expensive. So it must not just be us experiencing that. This must be a ridiculous card to pull. And imagine you pull one, and it's off center or something, and then it just doesn't get the 10. So, because every one of these can't grade 10. And next week I'll be in it if it's still up. This guy right here, yeah, so you may need to save some money up to jump in here, and then even when you jump in, your odds aren't great. 1 in 36 are really rough odds. But here's what I can tell you. I can tell you that it's the same odds as entering a booster box break, right? Let me show you. So it's like buying a booster pack in something like this. Here it is. These are $36 pack breaks, right? Well, what if we had a booster box of Evolving Skies, and I said in this box is a guaranteed Umbreon VMAX, and he's guaranteed to grade 10. Would you jump in that box break? You might. And I think what I'll try to do for you all, I'll get a pack of maybe poker cards or something, and those will be the bonus pulls. So we'll make the booster packs a little nicer because they're so pricey this time. So we'll get some bonus pulls in those packs like we did last time for the Charizard. I think that's appropriate when the breaks get that expensive to have bonus pulls and just see where it goes. All right. We'll see how good of a job I can do on that because it's like a cost analysis. I have to add value to the packs without losing too much, or else, then it becomes pointless to host the break. The break has to earn a certain percentage margin, or else I would be better off just... So if I can't earn a certain percentage margin on this, I'd be better off just selling you these. That's part of the trick here. So I have to make about the same profit selling this as I do selling this. That is part of the trick. All right. Congratulations, TRG. That's going into the August recap, too. And such a lovely card. I hope you keep it. I hope you don't sell it. You sell a lot of your cards, but some of them you got to keep. Oh my gosh, Gengar Pikachu break. Let's go. Next week, paycheck going to that. That's a Generation 1, the new version. I sent in for 2 packs on Cash App. Next week, I'll be in it. Mister, I want to buy that Generation 1 blue box. Oh, cool. Okay. Musabot says, hello, Mister. Musabot blessing. Man, he gives so many memberships. S tier. Yes, it scares me a little bit. All right, let's see. Let's say 368 plus 25. 393. Charitable giving is a lot of fun, but I also get scared about the sustainability of it. Goes? All right. Mr. Reed Ivan's message. Yeah, Mr. Ivan wanted to buy the box of Power Rangers. Unfortunately, I'd already sliced it open before I read that message, so I'm afraid it's open. So, let's see what we got next. We got Stephen Leon. Mister, I need 2 store memoranda packs and shipping of all my cards. All right. Miss Alexis came in yesterday and did the shipping, so you're going to wait a while for the shipping to actually go out. Since she came in yesterday, her next day that she comes in is Friday. So your cards are going to be sitting for a long time. They're going to sit from today all the way to Friday, and then they'll be picked up on Saturday. Just letting you know that, okay? You got the longest wait time period, basically. Well, no, somebody who ordered shipping last night would have the longest wait. But you're signing up for a little bit of a wait time here. Are we doing a sub break for the Gengar Pikachu? I don't know. How would that look? I mean, he's pretty close to $130. What does $130 divide by? Not 30. 33? 33 times 4, 32 times 4, maybe? I think he divides by $32. Yes. And, yeah. There we go. Yo, what up, Musobot? That's your card, Mr. Steven Leon. Let's go looking for your card. Oh, I can feel it. I'm tired, man. I didn't sleep very well last night. My eyes feel heavy. Let's see. Woke up early, too. There we go. Okay. Your bag is from 925. Whoa! Welcome back, Mr. Steven. I'm glad you're back. Good deal shipping out before you ran out of time. What'd you have in here? You had Mega, Electrike, Ho-Oh, Behemoth's kind of cool. Excadrill. Oh, you can't leave that behind. Mewtwo. That one's nice. All right. Cool, man. Well, just so you know, Steven, you got more time to add stuff to the bag if you wish. There you are. We do have these new Power Rangers packs we're selling for $6 and $12. Now, he wants to ship out. Is this your first time shipping? Let's find out. Let's close the shipping software and open it back up. How's the Jungle Pack going? Not super fast. I think everyone spent all their money on the Charizard break last night or yesterday. So, you know, that Charizard from 151 was filling up with money, and then the nighttime rolled around, and it was a pretty slow Monday night. Not a lot of purchases Monday night, and I think it's because everyone had already spent all their money on that Charizard. So it looks like we do have your address already. Yeah, I noticed it after the Charizard break went off. I noticed it was like really slow, and I think there's some kind of like, you know, I think there's some kind of excitement when you're getting close to the end of a break, and then right after the break is over, I think there's like a deflation or something. You know, like the bubble pops or the feeling pops, or maybe like your dopamine crashes because the break is over. So the anticipation makes you all, you know, super aroused, and then once it's over, you're like, man, I need to save money or something like that. You know what I mean? Especially people who went deep. But yeah, nothing's gonna top pulling a 151 Charizard. So you know, it's just how it is. I've never seen anyone pull Pikachu Gengar. It makes sense. It's so expensive. Yeah, me neither, actually. And I'd love to pull one for you guys, and we have it on the menu. And I bet if you spent money on those packs, you're still not gonna pull one, because we've, like I said, we've opened like 4 cases, and we haven't pulled that guy. He's just hard to pull. And the population right now is 6,000 PSA 10s. Believe it or not, that's not a big number. For a modern card, it's good, but it's like lower than even alt-arts. Alt-arts tend to be higher than that number. So he just doesn't seem to pull a lot. And what's also interesting about it, he's strictly Chinese. It's a Chinese exclusive, right? So typically when a new card comes out and it's got a cool alt-art in it, they print it in Japanese a million times, then they print it in English a million times, then they're going to later print it in Chinese a million times, and they might print it in Indonesian, they might print it in Thai language, you know, there's a couple languages they might print it in, French maybe, and so they just print it over and over again, the same artwork. Well, this artwork is in one language. That means everybody around the world who likes to collect Pokemon cards has to collect that Gengar in Chinese. God, will it just let me print? Okay, this is so stupid. It won't let me print the label. I hate this software, dude. This software takes so long deciding the price of the label. It's nuts. All right, Trump doesn't like the fact that China gets exclusive cards. Yeah. Double the tariffs. All right. Next up, well, we got to go looking for the oldest order. Where are we going for the oldest order? Refreshing the website just to see what the website's got. Okay, the website's fine. Although, what's this Chris A order? Oh, yeah, we did that already. All right, the Naruto sold. Good. So Oscar Resendez is actually next. 4 blue Power Ranger packs and 2 purple packs. All right, 2 of the purple ones. The purple ones are pretty thick. There's fewer of them per box. And then he wants the smaller, cheaper blue ones as well. They're much thinner. And there's more of them per box, so they're cheaper too. Go, go, Power Rangers. Here goes. All right, snipping time. Before we snip, let me show you a break that's getting pretty close. So people did buy another spot in this Tyranitar. Let me recount this. Is this only up 4 out of 8 or is it 5 out of 8? No, it appears to be 4. So, you know, this one's getting pretty close. This one's halfway done. It's $40 buy-in. Pretty traditional table break, the lightning break. It's for a solid card, the Tyranitar. You know, he's a $320 card. I could have just fit him into the live customs. So maybe the table breaks should start excluding these cheaper cards, you know. But what else do we have? First time order for first time new guy. And any other breaks? This Bowser break, really. I'd love to see the Bowser break go off someday. Here he is. We got 4 people waiting in there for it to go off. So this one's only a $30 buy-in. He's cheaper to buy into. Here goes. Really got to enunciate the word thick. I had an order from 3 hours ago. Ooh, let me make sure that Zenobius goes. Let me make sure he doesn't get interrupted anyway. So let me make sure. 3 hours ago. I don't see you in the PayPal queue. What system did you use to pay? Let's try and find you. Let me hit refresh on ZELLE. Let me hit refresh over here. What system did you use to pay? Can I ask that? Well, he didn't buy Power Rangers. We know that. So let's go ahead and open this for Oscar Resendez. CASHAPP. Okay, good. Let's take a look again. Oh, weird. You know, it's showing Asmer Ahmed's order. Ah, is this it? No, that's not it. That's a new order. Yeah, I don't see you. Weird. CASHAPP. I don't see you. What was the order for? Can you tell me what the order was for, maybe? I have 2 CASHAPP orders, but neither of them are from 3 hours ago. Oh, he says, yes, that's me. Oh, let me look. Oh, that is you. Oh, you ordered that 2 hours ago. You're right. Okay, we'll get you your OP10 English right away. For some reason, I thought that was not you. So I just assumed that was a recent order. You know what? It's weird. It comes in this email where you're sharing the email with another guy named Grady, and his order is only 13 minutes old. So I assumed because his was 13 minutes that yours must have been recent too. So terrible. Okay, let's get these open. We're going to get you next. All right, you're next. But first, let's take care of these. Let's see what kind of crazy cards are in here. Power Rangers. Okay. We'll do these new season ones first. You guys excited? What are we pulling? We got... What's this guy's name? Like Zorg or something? Zordon? Whoa, I don't remember that guy. He looks creepy as hell. Master of Evil? That's the Master of Evil. Here are these good guys. Here are the Power Rangers with their little weapons or something. This guy's classic. He's a classic bad guy. This guy was hanging around the lady forever. What's his name? Goldar. Here are the heroes again. One of these heroes went on to be like a bad dude, didn't he? Break time, or he had like a bad time in life. Here's the Black Ranger. On Guard. And here's one of the bad guys. This is some kind of shell guy. Turban Shell. Lord Zed sends the Turban Shell monster to wreak havoc. Lord Zed? Wreak havoc on Earth. Tommy the Green Ranger is losing his powers. He only has enough power for one more battle. Oops. Turn that around. Power foil. Wow, I'm liking it. Mister, I was asking for the box price for I can send payment. I'm afraid I'm gonna let people buy individual packs, Mr. Ivan. Let's let people enjoy this because we kind of want to see what's in it. If you'd like to send for like 5 packs or something like that, you can do that. But we're gonna let people buy some packs out of here, okay? Let's give people a chance to all enjoy it. But the box already got split open, so that was another reason I couldn't do it that way. I already split it open. Need the White Ranger. All right, so we got a couple of these. Let's see, I think what we could have done, we could have sleeved just him and put the rest of the cards back in the pack. Use the pack as a sleeve. I'm Grady. Hey, what's up, Grady? Here's Lord Zed's castle. The Yellow Ranger. Here they are playing some kind of game. The Pink Ranger. I just know it's pink. You are? That's right, girls. Girls like the color pink. You're not allowed to like boy colors. Here's one of the foot soldiers called Claybrain. Oh my God, not the Clay Brains. Oh, you got the Blue Ranger. Cool, man. So this time we've got the Blue Ranger. Prepares to deliver a knockout punch to one of Lord Zed's putties who have made their serious mistake of attacking the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So funny. It is. TRG, congrats on the Zord. Let's put this in here. Go-Go Power Rangers. Yes, go-go indeed. Here's the Yellow Ranger. The Clay Brains. Wait, he's not the Yellow Ranger. He's just wearing a yellow hat. Oh, these annoying guys. These were like bad guys in high school or something, right? Foiled again. Here's a definitely not a Chinese dragon. Japanese dragon, I mean. The Ranger's hanging out. This guy's looking pretty buff. He's got his two girlfriends around him. Pretty cool. Here's the evil goat. Yikes. And, oh dear. Hold on, let me pick this back up. All right, sorry, that slid out of my head. Here's Zordon. I guess I needed to hold that tighter. Maybe it was thinner than the other ones. The Power Rangers are summoned to the command center by Zordon, who briefs them on the latest scheme devised by Lord Zed. Zordon and Zed, they have like the same names. Why does it look like Dr. Evil? I don't remember that. Here we are. Did he always have a face? I can't remember if he always had a face. Didn't he have like, early on, didn't he have sort of like just a blur or something like that? Okay. And now we've got last pack. This evil bad guy is clearly sneaking up. Yeah, some of the cards are actually wider than others. Weird. Okay, Blue Ranger. That's the same artwork. The Bug. Here they are fighting the Clay Brains. Here's Zordon again. Master of Evil. Okay, so it's the same artworks, and some of them get to have this holographic border. One holographic border per pack. Zed is red. So creative. All right, there we go. Ta-da! Wow, they really made that look creepy. Look at the arms, dude. That's gross. Almost looks like something from a scary movie. So there we go. That was the first round of the Power Rangers. I have a feeling these might sell pretty fast at just $6 a pack. And now we've got... Wow, look at that curvature. That's not going to ruin the grade, but it's doesn't look good. So here we go. What do we got here? These are Season 2 packs. Yellow Ranger, Clay Guys, more Creepos. Whoa. They're doing karate. Okay, evil, evil, evil. Whoa, amazing answer board. What the hell? What the hell? I don't know what to think of this. Each pack contains amazing answer board overlays. For what? Which of the Dinozordians can fly? What? Pterodactyl? That's so weird. Okay, so they ask you quiz questions and give you a teacher's answer sheet. And then here's the Red Ranger jumping over all the other Rangers. Flying Ranger. Okay. Weird. Spot 3 packs. Discord link anyone. It should be in the YouTube description. You might have to scroll all the way to the bottom. All right, so you get a whole bunch of commons out of there, not a whole bunch of hollows, which I would have hoped for a whole bunch of hollows. The cards have a slight warp to them, just so you know. The warp shouldn't stop the card from its grade. Usually PSA and all the other companies just ignore warp. They're not bent. A bend is different from warping. All right, next pack. So here we go. What do we got? Same guys. Is that Dr. Phil? Wow, Dr. Phil's been around for a while, huh? He's old. Okay. Dr. Phil was in the Power Rangers? I don't remember that. Of course, I do remember his show is pretty old, actually. Oh, yes, this guy. What's this guy's name? He also starts with a Z, doesn't it? No, he's Alpha 5. All right. Okay, here's Frankenstein. That blue monster. Red looking pretty tough. And there's the answer board on the back. What do we have here? Just some kids for the 1990s looking like they're from the 1990s. Look at that. Before cell phones. Before doom scrolling. We are. Before looks maxing. Very good. I know that took a while, but it's because we were opening those for the first time. We kind of wanted to get a look at them. And that was fun. I had a good time there. Not terribly expensive either, which is nice. You know, Pokemon cards are always expensive. Everyone's discovered them. They know about them. But yeah, some of this stuff is cheaper. Ooh, my foot went to sleep. I was sitting on it the whole time. All right, who was that for? That was for our good friend, Oscar Resendez. All right, Oscar. Grabbing your bag. Your bag's about to get pretty fat. Okay. Oh, my light blinked. I think the power connection's not very good. Yeah, be careful with that. Now, that's done. We have to take care of our good friend who ordered first, Mr. Asmer. What's up, man? He wants one of the OP10 English. Yeah, we're really short on those, aren't we? Where are they? Aha. Okay, OP10 English. Okay. Wow. Snipping this. Throwing that away. Pulling this out. What do we got? We've got some holographics. It's holographics. All right, nothing crazy coming out of the one pack. Sorry for the wait. I thought Oscar ordered before you. You know, his email was under yours, which implied it was older. But your email got mixed with another email for an order that was really new. So weird. There we go. Now, attached to this one was Grady Alexander Williams for 2 packs of Power Rangers. So you want the cheap ones. There they are. Grady Williams. Here they are. Let's snippy this. Good. Throwing that away. What do we got? Ooh, the Master of Evil or something like that, right? Clayface. More Clayface. We're seeing repeats. Ah, here it is. The classic bad guy lady. What's her name? Back in the dumpster. Lord Zed takes command and banishes Rita Repulsa back to the dumpster from which she escaped. Goldar places her inside after Lord Zed shrinks her down to size. So I guess this bad guy replaces the Rita Repulsa or something. Fat guy. We are. Being fat in the 1990s was more of an identity than it is now, because everyone's fat now. But back in the 1990s, if you were a fat guy, you were like a caricature. You know, you're like an odd person. Kind of like Cartman, right? Like they invented South Park a long time ago, and he was a fat kid. And that was really weird back then, because most people were skinny. You went to Six Flags, and everyone was skinny. Now you go, and everyone's huge. Yeah, like 8-year-old girls, and they're as big as their mama. All right, here's the... Sorry if you're fat. I'm fat, okay, so I'm allowed to speak about this. Here's Clay people. Here's the Clay girl. Yeah, everyone's huge now. We're all fatties. Must be the food. Maybe less fried wings and pizza for a while. Actually, I've lost some weight. Since I started the GLP-1, I'm so far down 16 pounds now. We are. Ooh. And that is Winged Warrior. Looks like something out of The Wizard of Oz, doesn't it? Wonder what inspired their designs. Like your super fun plane experience. Yeah. Yeah, that was really bad. That last part of the trip to Vegas, seated next to that huge guy. I should be compensated for that. That was so unfortunate. Mr. Grady, I feel like the plane ride was so hot, so uncomfortable. I was so squeezed into my chair because of him. And it just didn't feel fair. I felt like I was getting half a chair. And the chairs are already really small. And so I was in incredible pain by the end of that ride. Here you go, Mr. Grady. Thank you so much. Side effects? Well, the biggest side effect has been headaches. But you know what's weird? This week I had no headaches. So I wonder if your body just kind of gets like used to it, like it recognizes it or adjusts. But yeah, I'd say headaches. I got really bad headaches. Of course, there is nausea. Another big one is you feel like you're out of energy. So you feel kind of like breathless almost. Especially when I first started taking it, I felt very breathless. Like I couldn't exercise. I couldn't really go on walks. All I could do is sit on the couch and let out a big sigh. But you know, it's weird. I'm not feeling that as much anymore. I think it's maybe your body is kind of anticipating it and it's already ready for it. All right, David Morey says 3 Power Ranger packs, new season. All right, so for the new season Power Ranger packs, I recognize now that there is no way to restock these. And I think these could be sold out by the end of the stream if they're not already. So I'm going to go ahead and read this real fast, see how many have sold. 3 Power Rangers. 2 Impel Marvel. 4. Okay, so from this point forward, the new season Power Ranger packs shall be $8. We are changing the price right now because there's no way for me to restock these. I realize I probably should have just started out that way. I should have started at that price. Oh, excuse me. And then the other thing I want to do is maybe pick up a different random box. So this is it. When we're out of these, there's just no more of them. Let's grab this real fast. One moment, please. These are kind of fun, and I can see there's not a lot of them for sale. So I think we'll be sold out of these in no time with the price being so nice. Even at $8, they'll just sell out, I'm pretty sure. And then we ought to grab one of these Series 1 boxes, I guess. So we're grabbing the Series 1 box because that's what we actually did not have. And I can see from here the Series 1 boxes are actually substantially more expensive. And so this is why we think that the new Season 1 probably also would be more expensive if there was one for sale. So we're going to try a Series 1 box. That'll be on the way. We have what's probably Series 3. New season is probably Series 3. And then the fat jumbo packs, those are Series 2, okay, everybody? And they're jumbo packs, so you get more cards, and there's fewer packs per box, okay? So the prices shall now be $8 for new season, $12 for the jumbo pack. And I'm not going to put them on the menu. Well, I'll put them in the YouTube menu only, okay? They're not going to be on the website for now because we could be sold out of these in just like 3 or 4 days. So, David Moore, I'm gonna service all the current orders at the old price though. So don't worry if you bought at the old price. And it's like a $2 difference. It's not a big deal. I just think these are about to sell out in like a second here. Yeah, there's no way for me to restock this particular pack. Once it's gone, it's gone. And you know, if I'm not going to see it again, I might as well slow it down a little bit. I have a lot of Series 1 raw. I'd love to get some fresh pulls from Series 1. Mister, what year is this pack from? Probably like 1994. I think we read that on the box, 1994. Pretty old. In 1994, I would have been 5 years old. All right, let's see what we got. Although this is being, yeah, 1994 it says on the back of the card. Let's see, we've got the kids hanging out. Some of these cards, if they graded 10, like this one right here, That could actually sell for some money. I could see that card making serious money. Because people, like, for example, I just sold my Cartman card. It graded 10. South Park Cartman. That card just sold for like $1.5 thousand. And it's not holographic. It's a non-holographic South Park Cartman card. And he's not considered a rare pull. But he was graded PSA 10. And he just sold on eBay for $1,500. I could have listed him up here on the table, but I don't think any of you guys would have trusted that he was worth that much. He was. He really was. So same here, you know, if you see like a good Power Ranger card in here, even if it's a non-holo, probably take the time and just get it graded. Because somebody might be out there collecting the Black Ranger or the Red Ranger or something like that, you know. Here's this bad guy, Zed. Okay, here they are with their motorcycles. Here's Lizard Man. The checklist, when checklists were boring. Look at these outfits. So funny, dude. Wow, that's a bad-looking bad guy. He reminds me of something. Where have I seen this before? Was he based off of something? The Master of Evil. Maybe where I saw him before was right here in Power Rangers. Lord Zed sits on his throne holding a giant snake, which he is about to magically turn into his powerful scepter. Yeah, I feel like I recognize this from something. He looks so evil. All right. Let's see. I have a lot of Series 1. Jesus, older than me. Yeah. Ooh. So Lord Zed seems like he's a pretty good gradable card. Same with the Black Ranger, I'd say. I don't know about these. I mean, they're cool and all. The actors are cool, but when they're in their suits, that seems more iconic when they're in their actual suits. All right, cool, baby. Dang, PSA 9, I saw the back. You ready? Now we've got her playing like, what is this? Like broom hockey? Okay, here she is kicking. Here this guy is using his power. Here's the evil fish. Kind of reminds you of like Godzilla a lot, you know? It's like they made a show out of Godzilla and Transformers and just a lot of things, a lot of ideas combined. That's pretty cool. Ooh, the Green Ranger. Doesn't the Green Ranger turn into the White Ranger? Isn't that what happened? Lord Zed stole the green power crystal and causes Tommy, the Green Ranger, to lose his powers. There's nothing he or Zordon can do. Yeah, doesn't he like, he loses his ability as the Green Ranger, but he returns as the White Ranger. Isn't that right? Yeah, need the white one. Is the Blue Ranger Israeli? What? He's getting money from APAC. All right. There we go. Very good. Very good. I got 1, 2, 3. Let's take a look in here. So we got green, Lord Zed, Clayface or something. Claybrain. Very cool. All right. This shall go to our friend, David Morris. All right, David. Blue Ranger is Netanyahu. What? I don't know when it started, but man, we went on, as a country, we went pretty hard on, like, not liking Jews, basically. That's, like, the new thing now. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but basically all politics is that now. I noticed it. It is like the whole, oh, this person received money from Israel, they're the bad guy, and, you know, oh, the war is for Israel. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't really know how to wade into that. I don't have, you know, most of my political perspectives haven't really been about that. So it's kind of like a brand new thing for me. I don't know about you guys, but that whole conversation, that's new for me. Here's Team Rocket Grunt. Please read my Discord message and let me get one of these and one of those. All right, let me read your Discord message. He gonna say, let's see. Let's see. So cards you have in consignment. Snorlax, Geodude Pristine, Galarian Moltres, Sandshrew Tag. I'm going to turn that down, actually. It's too much money too fast. You know, one thing I could do for you, Team Rocket Grunt, let's see, some other options for you. Send them, have me forward them to Probstein, to have me send them home to you for you to list on eBay. Now, if I read the list over more carefully, I might take like 1 or 2 of them back, okay? So, you've got a Galarian Moltres Pristine Tag 10. Oh, yeah, that one's cool. Geodude Pristine Neo. A Snorlax VMAX. I think I'm going to accept the offer on the Geodude. Let me look at one more thing, okay, before I accept that. So it's too much too fast, but I might accept like 1 at a time over time if you keep them around, but I don't want to take on such a large number of slabs at the moment. Let me take a look, okay? Let me take a look. I got to get a sense of it. Yeah, please take at least 1 back and I'll ship out the rest. Yeah, so some tricks, you can always ask me to forward it to Probstein, and he's going to get your items listed. I think you can request, like, buy it now, too, by the way. So you can just tell him how you want it listed. Alternatively, you can have me send it home to yourself. Let me check last sold on this item as a PSA 10. I'm curious. Okay, yeah, I think we would accept the Geodude. So, you know, I just don't want to take on so much cash. You know, I don't want to hand out that much store credit that fast. Maybe if I understood how you were going to use the money, maybe that would help. But okay, so you've got a deal on Geodude. And then I was supposed to accept a card back from David Moraes, a Lord of the Rings card. I wonder if Miss Alexis pulled that card out. Maybe I should get this all done now that I got a couple things. Yeah, Lord of the Rings slab. I was supposed to do one more thing. I was supposed to get like a card out for Mr. Javier. Is Javier here? I'm trying to remember what the card was. Javier wanted to sell a card. Here it is. Top Spiro. So I'm going to go grab these things because I think they're downstairs. And we have 3 items now. So we got grab David Moraes, grab Team Rocket Grunt, grab Javier. I shall return in about 3 minutes. Okay, it's good exercise. I'll be right back. weird. I couldn't find them. How many Team Rocket Grunt slabs we got upstairs? I did not see all your slabs. So I found these 2 Team Rocket slabs. And then I did actually find this for Javier Arroyo. So this has been located. I'll just write C. Javier. All right, so we'll just put that up on the table for a moment. Now I found these 2 slabs. I didn't find the David Morey slab. And I didn't find any of your other slabs. I checked the 2 TR boxes because I thought maybe it's because your name is a nickname. It's not here. I may have to go back down and search a second time. You don't have so many slabs that she would have put it into a separate box, right? You didn't ship either. I don't think you did. And I also didn't see the David Morey slab. So I'm going to ask her about that. Let me think about it for a second. Yeah, where those slabs should not be missing like that. I'm going to ask her real fast. She probably like set it to the side or something. But you know, that's the thing. I look to the side too. All right. Oops. Stupid autocorrect. All right, I texted her. So I may have to go. They are in consignment. That's what it is. All right. Let me tell her we know about the TRGs. So I was looking for slabs that didn't exist. That's why it took so long. Sorry, guys. They were already up here. So let me go find that Geodude real fast. I'm so dumb. They were in another spot. Be sure to have a look at our consignment channel in Discord at potentially good slab-aways, everybody. You know, you guys are looking for good slab-aways. Well, sometimes the consignments are really good. All right. Go looking for this. People, they put up genuinely good consignment cards. You might find something in there that's a steal. Sometimes they underprice their cards too to get rid of them. Oh, I don't see the Geodude in here though, huh? Oh, is he literally up on the table right now? Oh my gosh, he's going to be up on the table, isn't he? Because I think I like him. I think I left him up on the table because I thought maybe somebody might buy him. Okay, that's what it is. Crazy. I need a second Rocket Returns Dragonite. Rocket Returns Dragonite. You got one of those? What's the grade on it? Ah, the mystery is solved. All right, you have offered me a trade on this Geodude of 150. So he's sold. He's mine now. And that means I got to resell him for like 100. And then let's go get you a store credit card of $150. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, did she message me back? Let's see what she said. Yes, they are in the TR box. Blank, I didn't set it aside. Okay, so David Morey's Lord of the Rings card wasn't set aside. He didn't ship, did he? I wonder, did he ship? If he shipped, he's receiving that card by mistake. I need a second Rocket Returns Dragonite. 9 lol, I have no 10s. I got 6 of those Dragonites, and the first one I bought for like $200 or something like that, or like 150, or I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was basically nothing. Crazy to think today it might be like a $20,000 card, or I don't even know what someone might pay for it. Honestly, I should probably sell one of those to get moved into that new home. Okay, I'm accepting the offer on the Geodude. We're going to head over here and go to consignment. We're going to create a record of it selling. All right, there you have it. $150. Now, you want a Power Rangers Series 2 and a live custom. You got it. Yeah, those trades take a surprisingly long time sometimes. especially hunting it down, hunting the slab down. We got Javier's card up here. I didn't see the Lord of the Rings card for David Moyes. I wonder why that was. I'll have to look again. Like 50,000, mister. 20K is too cheap, I think. 50,000 goes a long way when it's time to move. There we are. Whoa, look at this guy. You know, it's honestly very hard to part with cards like that because it's like, what's going to go up in price faster? That Dragonite or the home? Well, it's pretty obviously the Dragonite. And the home's not going to go up in price. This guy, look at this guy. By today's standard, this guy's a nerd. But back then, he would have been like cool or something. All right, that guy's like a mega nerd. Like, holy nerd, dude. Power Rangers Day. Holy mommy, look at this girl. What the? All right. The girls are so cute in Power Rangers. They're like, I can fight the bad guys too. Here's this guy again, looking pretty evil. And what is this? That's looking like a bad guy. Madame Woe. Rita decides to send the meanest of them all, Madame Woe, to carry out one of her evil and diabolical schemes against the Power Rangers. Oh, you don't say. That dude blanks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got this look on his face like, hey, baby. What are you talking about, dude? The standards have changed a lot. Back then, that was the guy you were competing with. You're like, okay, maybe. Nowadays, you got no chance. Now you compete against male Instagram models. There we go. It's so funny, dude. Talent agents, all they have to do is log onto the internet and look up what the algorithm found. What did the algorithm sort to the top? That's all they have to do now. Back then, they had to find talent. Are you in Hollywood? Are you in LA? That's what they had to do back then. And then they get some people, and it's like, all right, we'll go with this guy. Miss Beatrice, aloha, mister. She says 2 of the Power Rangers packs. You got it. She'd like to keep them sealed. All right, all yours. Sales today have largely been these Power Ranger packs. Bryce Beatrice. I don't know if you have such a large rocket collection because you opened it as a kid or just saw it as a good investment. It's because I had it as a kid. When I was a kid, we started collecting around the base set Fossil Jungle, right? But I really didn't have much money. So, you know, I only had some cards, and it wasn't in full swing until Rocket came out. Then the whole neighborhood was going nuts by then. And we started getting paid by our dad. It was $3 an hour because we were doing a really crazy project on our home, like a DIY. We were bricking our own home. You guys ever done that? I bricked my own home with my family. Took all summer. Like, we would unpack the bricks from the back of my dad's truck, and then we'd stack them up in a giant pyramid in the driveway. And then he had a mortar mixer, and then we'd learn to mix the mortar. And then he drilled like these deep holes, filled them with cement, and he planted steel beams into the hole. And then the steel beams went horizontal at some point, and then those steel beams created, like, along with the side of the home, it created like a wall for the bricks to lean against. And we just started laying bricks, and we bricked the entire home that way, just ourselves. All summer, the whole family. And he paid us $3 an hour to do that with him. So I was carrying like bricks and mortars, and at some point I was even learning how to lay the bricks. So, you know, you had like this leveler, you had like a tool, you had a trough or trowel or whatever it's called, that little triangle tool, and you had to like put the mortar down correctly. And then when it was all down, you had to create like an impression in the mortar. It was a lot of work. Did you get my live custom? Let's get your live custom. Sorry about that. Live custom time with a big hit in it, hopefully. Another weird thing I did as a kid, I guess. I don't know why he decided to do that. I guess he thought it was a really good idea. Is he ready? Ooh, 1-0 aura. I also opened Rocket Returns a lot as a kid, as well as other EX era. I wish I prioritized getting more of them a couple years ago. Yeah, so for me, I never actually opened, there we go. I never actually opened Rocket Returns. I opened up a ton of the regular first edition Team Rocket, and I loved it. The dark Pokemon were so cool. And what happened as an adult is I said, well, I never got to experience Rocket Returns as a kid, so let's experience it as an adult. It could be a new thing for me as an adult. Miss Kayla wants 3 of the new Power Rangers. Here it is. So these are gone up to a little bit more. They're about $8 a pack now. So the remaining packs will just cost a little bit more. All right. Here we go. So I never opened them as a kid. I didn't get to experience that. The very last packs I got to open were Neo Destiny. Neo Destiny were the last packs. And then I stopped. There we go. I feel like the fun peaked with Gym Heroes Gym Challenge. Because Rocket Gym Heroes Gym Challenge, everyone was still really crazy about collecting the cards. Like, there was a Blaine's Charizard to collect, you know? And there was a Rocket's Mewtwo, and that was just super cool, right? Because nothing like that existed yet. Mewtwo hadn't been printed since, like, the base set. So everyone was really impressed by Rocket's Mewtwo. It was like, whoa, Team Rocket. Whoa. All right. Here's the GOAT. Creepy. Here's the whole team. That's Charlie Kirk. He was in the Power Rangers. Here's the bad guys on their motorcycles. They're four-wheelers. We've got the Shell guy. And now, we've got the blue guy who was sort of like a henchman, but he didn't do as much of the combat. What was his name? Squat. Formerly one of Rita Repulsa's top goons, Squat is retained by Lord Zed as one of his evil alien henchmen in his quest to destroy the Power Rangers. Yeah, I don't remember this guy doing a lot more than just like talking. Did he fight much? All right. There we go. And here's one of these. You know, if you really look at it, it looks very Japanese, right? Like with the big round thing around the eyes and then the big demon teeth. Yeah, it looks like something from their culture, you know? It's really cool, actually. All right. It's so hard to get 10s now. They're just too pricey. I'm settling for 9s. I know you say just save for the 10. No. Give up. Do not try for the 10s anymore. For Rocket Returns, it's impossible, dude. Those Rocket Return 10s are all like 20,000 or more now. Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Just get... Why even stop at 9s? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, it doesn't even matter at this point. They're way too expensive. I don't even buy them. I used to buy them. I don't buy them anymore. Oh, yeah, you had to, like, hit them on the chest and then they, like, disappeared or something. No contest. Here's the chill black guy, and he's got, like, a weird-ass vest on, but that was good-looking back then. Here's this guy with his do-rag. Whatever it's. Here they are fighting the clay guys. Okay. The Green Ranger, who's about to become the White Ranger. Ooh, this is a good one. I like the way this one looks. You got all the Power Rangers in one scene. That's great. Yeah, see, like if you graded this 10, this is called Power Team. If you graded this as a PSA 10, that might actually sell for something. And then here's the creepy fish and this guy. Okay. Now, this is a stream where we're not selling a lot of cards very fast, but that's because these new Power Ranger cards, we're just going through them nice and slow. All right. Yeah, Rocket Returns used to be really cheap, and I remember I found them and I started buying them, and then I started showing them off on my stream, and then like overnight, someone was gobbling them all up really fast. Like they were buying all the $100 PSA 10s. And I immediately thought, I'm so stupid. I revealed what I was investing into, and then a copycat came around and bought all the good ones. And so I was really annoyed with myself because it was like a learning moment for me. One of the earliest times that ever happened. And I realized in the future, you can't ever talk about what you're buying while you're buying it because someone else will just copycat you because they think, oh, his ideas are good. Or they'll go, oh, he likes them? Well, I should acquire them and sell it to him. Which that will happen all the time. Somebody will buy the same thing I'm buying and then come to me in like a DM and be like, hey, I've got one of those. Would you like to buy it now for double what I paid? So you really do have to be quiet, especially maybe as a YouTuber. You have to be quiet about what you're acquiring. Oh, yeah, that card started to slide. It's like skinnier than the card behind it. Jason, chosen by Zordon to be the leader of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Jason excels in martial arts and has won many trophies. All right, Jason. Oh, yeah. We got a winner on our hands. I'm always quiet. Yeah, like, so I was telling people how cool I thought it was and how I'm investing in these, new Rocket Returns cards that I'm unfamiliar with. And I was talking about how I thought the artworks were a little bit strange. And so there were a whole bunch of them on the market for like PSA 10, $100 to $200. They were just crazy cheap. And then overnight, all of that was gone. And it turned out the cards were rare enough that they just weren't coming back. Like the good ones were gone already. And I was like, mother, like PSA 10 reverse hollow Gyarados, PSA 10 reverse hollow Dragonite, PSA 10 reverse hollow Slowking, all gone. And I was like, that's so stupid. And I realized it was my own fault. My own blabbermouth revealed what I was investing into, and then other people, and this was all the way back in like 2020, 2019, really long time ago. But at that point, I'd already captured a lot of people's attention when it came to the newfangled idea of card investing. Miss Kayla. So I had a little bit of a following already by that point. You had these people who were just like myself, just getting freshly into it. And we were all wondering, what do we buy? And some of the cards were kind of expensive. Like if you wanted to buy some of the PSA 10 English WotC era stuff, some of that was already really expensive for that time period. But the Rocket Return cards were very cheap. They were only like $100 for a PSA 10 to $200 for a PSA 10. So relative to like WotC era stuff, they were like, a third or a fifth of the price, right? Like if you wanted a PSA 10 Blaine's Charizard or a PSA 10 Dark Charizard, that was already $1,000. But if you want a PSA 10 Rocket Returns Dragonite, that was like $150. And I'm like, well, I think these cards are pretty good. I think they're underpriced. And then I was pointing out, I looked at their populations. The populations are really low. And then in one day, they're all gone. Some stupid guy heard me talking about it and ran over there and bought them all. And I said, wow, lesson learned. I'll never do that again. Lesson freaking learned. Because I went back to buy more of them, and they were already all purchased out. Next up, we got JC. Could I get the PSA 10 Silver Deck knocked out? Yes, sir. All right, let's go find him. I think I had him set to the side to be placed into the live customs, but you are just going to buy him outright. Here you go. In their defense, copying you has proven to be a solid idea. Yeah, well, and my reasoning wasn't rocket science, but it was very straightforward, and I think it was pragmatic and decent. The cards look good, they're rare, they're cheap, right? And they're much cheaper than the well-known WotC era cards, so these are like unknown ones. And stupid old me thought that I could just... Because back then, I didn't have a concept of keeping secret what I was buying. Back then, I would rush to tell everyone what I was buying to make new content. I was like, I gotta make new content. That's kind of how it worked for Monster Hunter. When you were playing Monster Hunter, you would be fast to report your findings. With Pokemon cards, you need to shut up. Shut up about your findings and talk about it once you have a bunch of them. So like the Pokemon Poker cards, I can be as noisy as I want about Pokemon Poker now because I got a ton. And of course, we talked about them when we first ran into them. But I wasn't always sharing about how much I was truly buying. It wasn't until much later that I showed off all the decks I had acquired. I was keeping my acquisition of them pretty secret, especially during a time period where they were much cheaper, like $500 for a red deck. And I still had competition. There was a guy in our group, and he would talk to me about how he was buying them, and I would be like, oh, wow. But I wouldn't tell him, like, dang it, bro. Okay, let's see. Do you have any more of those vintage Naruto cards? I saw you sold 2 yesterday. If I find more, I will show them off to get them sold, but I believe those were my last 2. What we do have are these pricey Topps Naruto booster packs. These come with a chance for holographic cards and numbered cards. These are $70 per pack. Now, I know it costs double, but they're pretty cool anyways, and you have a very good chance for a 1 of 1. We've already pulled like 3. So those are pretty cool. But that's about it. No, the Narutos sold pretty fast. The tin Narutos. Those sold pretty dang fast. All right. I got a bunch of poker cards in my bag. Heck yeah, dude. All right. Show the breaks. Want to get into something. Well, so obviously there is the Set this to the side. Obviously, there's the new Gengar break. We have the Jungle break and the Roaring Skies break, which is only 17. We got the Lightning Tyranitar break. He's just a solid card. He's cheaper, but he's real solid. He's been going up in value over time. We got the One Piece Shanks Altart break. That's pretty solid as well. One Piece is very popular. It's been going up. We got the Bowser break. He's a cheap one. He could be worth popping into. And then over here, we have the Heartbreak. Now, that's Gift Pikachu from Pokemon Go, which I think is a very good brand. So that's an example of some of the breaks. We also have the new Box Split, which is $14 a pack, Astral Radiance. And the G.I. Joe Box Break, which is a 41 and 8 with 2 people already in it. Roki Hyun, you ready? Supervillains. Silver Surfer. Moon Knight. Dagger. Magneto. Hulk versus Spidey-Man. Loki. We got Famous Battles. X-Men Fantastic Four. Deathlock. Spidey-Man. Avengers. And there we have it. How many on the Tyranitar sublist? Oh, yeah, that one's halfway done, I think. Here he is. He's 6 out of 10. If you're real crazy, go buy a whole spot on that break. Wouldn't that be wild? You are. There we go. Shining Tyranitar. Not a card to forget about. That is a card worth showing Mom. Mom, look! I'm in like a trade-up mode at the moment. I need to get a Gold Star Torchic and damn near Integrate. I'm willing to trade 10s for it. Trade-up mode. In other words, you're saying you're willing to trade off some of your cards at a loss to grab like a Torchic. Is that what you're saying? You know, I do trades like that. It depends on what the trade is. So once upon a time, I traded a guy a really good Charizard for a bunch of PSA 9 Charizards, but he made it clear how the trade was favorable for me. And I said, okay, well, let me get you this PSA 10 Charizard. And he consolidated those 9s into a 10, which is kind of nice for him. And then it becomes my job to go sell all the 9s, which is a lot of work. It's a lot of work selling those 9s, you know. And it took months to do it. But in the end, we were both happy because I had a card shop where I could liquidate 9s. And he had a PSA 10 Charizard. And I had a little profit. Here it is. Captain Britain! Oi, Bev! Here it is. Now, Captain Britain, you better not show off the British flag or you'll get in trouble. It's illegal to show off the British flag in Britain. Here's Wolverine. Britain's pretty cooked. I was watching a girl get arrested because she was displaying the British flag, and the police basically tackled her to get the flag out of her hands. But she was, you know, being an extremist because she was, you know, doing like nationalism or something, saying stuff like British for the British, Britain for the British or something like that. I don't know. But so they tackled her and ripped the flag away, and some police chief in a blue outfit like balled it up like it was, you know, nothing, like it was trash. That could never happen in the U.S. That would never happen. Police officers just balling the flag up. All recorded. I watched it. I was like, wow. It was pretty crazy. I wonder what will become of the country. Like, it'll become a new... It's not Britain anymore. It'll become a new country. I don't know what it will be, but it'll be something else. But I guess that happens because the people alive today, they don't care about the past. So that's definitely it. They don't identify with it. They don't see how it relates to them. They just care about whatever the future is. So they definitely... I mean, there's probably still British people who care, but probably not very many from what I can see. Hathim, 4 of the Vendettas. You got it. Your own cops take the flag and ball it up and throw it away? Like, what? Crazy. That's, you're a long way off from whatever founded the country. Different country now. Could you imagine doing that in China, too? Like, somebody's protesting because they love China or they're a Chinese patriot, and the police force come and rip the flag away? That's really crazy to think about. It's like, well, then it's not China anymore. Let's see. Sut Mister was 2 away from the Charizard break. Ready for the new break. Aw, yeah. You were 2 away. You came close, huh? You almost touched the sun. All right. Soon, I think people are going to start valuing PSA 9s a lot more. Well, I would say it's not just PSA 9s, though. I would say it's all grades. I think that's what's going to happen. People are going to grade cards, and it could be a PSA 7, 5, 3, any grade, and they're going to go, I like the price on that grade, and they're just going to acquire it. Here it is. All right, let's see. Public execution. Kind of like what happened over time to first edition base set Zards, shadowless. Like, nobody really, like, just having one's pretty cool. And having the PSA 10 or the PSA 9 isn't quite as, like, important. It's just having one at all. There we go. All right, picking up the order room, Mr. Them. Thank you so much. What did we do with you? You shipped. You shipped and you have a bag over here. Here we are. All right. I wanted to let you know those are your cards and not mine. I saw you put a poker card from the break in my bag, but I don't have a bag. I traded it to you, so you can keep the poker card. You traded your bag to me? I don't even remember that. How do you have a bag? Let's see. That would be in the SE box, right? Oh, I was probably pulling it out of a bag that had your name on it. Is that right? Is that what happened? That actually might still be my bag. I might have just left your name on it. I'm not sure. I'm a little confused. Let's see. Here's, click. Garrett Whitney, 4 Rangers, and my last order was my first since 2022. Do I count as a new guy? You do. If your last order was like well over a year old, you're a new guy. So let me get you those Power Rangers. Glad you brought that up, Mr. Garrett. When was your last order? Was it when we created the giveaway or was it before the giveaway? Wait, so the way the giveaway works is it begins once I've started it. So did you order like 3 days ago? We host the bonus giveaways for new guys on very slow days, notably. But if it wasn't a slow day, there might not have been a giveaway. I'm happy you got it. All right, let's see. Been here longer than me. So let me try searching for Garrett. Oh my effing gosh, I just saw I was 1 away from the Zard. Were you actually? I actually don't remember who came directly afterwards. That's how it always is, man. There's always somebody just before it and somebody just after it. So your purchase was 2 days ago. It was a pretty substantial purchase. Let's get you a free card. Here you go, man. If I could find one. Here you go. I'm going to get you this Charmander. How does that sound? A little bonus Charmander. Appreciate you coming back, Mr. Garrett. All right. So you can get a bonus card. And let's get these open. 4 Rangers. So 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, perfect. Good getting a White Ranger Tommy. It was like 2 or 3 days ago. Got into the jungle wreck and some trump cards. There we are. Now, we still have a first-time giveaway for a brand new guy. At the time that you spent money, we weren't doing one of those, but I'm going to give you a bonus free card anyways, just because you brought it up. I don't mind. You know, you're pretty close to it, and you placed a pretty big order, too, so I feel like it's just a nice thing. Appreciate you coming back. Sometimes people do that. They take a long break, and then they come back like a year or 2 or 3 later. All right, so we get a lot of commons in here, like these 2 guys practicing before they make sweet love. What was love making back in the 90s? Was it more innocent? I bet it was. Now you have the internet, and it tells you everything about what you can do. All right, let's see. It's probably so innocent back then. Probably just like, hey, baby. And then you had lovemaking, and then there was a child involved afterwards. You'd be like, all right, you're pregnant now. And nobody got any abortions. And you got married. Because that's something people still did back then. They had children and they got married. Shut up, Cardconomist. That stresses me to listen to. Here we are. Times are changing. Now we have a better society. Things have improved. Progress. Here's... I love Charmander. Thank you. No problem, man. Who won the Zard? It was Team Rocket Grunt. It went very deep in there. He had a lot of spots, actually. Here's the whole team. Here's the whole team. Actually, do you guys remember in the 90s, there were all those movies about divorce? Like, every movie revolved around, you know, like a 1990s family. And, like, the problem would be that the dad worked too hard and the mom was, like, breaking up with them, therefore. Ooh, a little bonus card here. What do we got? The Mega Thunder Zord. Oh, cool. That's the robot they turn into. The Conservative Economist. I'm definitely conservative on paying taxes. We got to keep taxes low, guys. Here's this girl here. Government not going to do anything good with it anyways. They're going to waste it. Taxes low. High taxes is slavery. We are. All right, let's toss that out. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay. Maybe modern society is better. Maybe it is better now that you can, like, divorce easily. Wait to have children in your 40s and 50s. And because a lot of celebrities do it that way, right? So maybe they know something we don't. And generally sleep around with a lot of people. You could try to make an argument that that's an improvement, right? That's not what they were doing in the 90s. They were not doing that. That's the big change now. In society today, you sleep around with a bunch of people pretty easily. As long as you stay in shape. And now you don't get married. And you don't have children. So those are the things you don't do. Also, you don't buy a home because homes cost $600,000. You know why they cost that much? They just cost that much because of all the money printing. So the government kept spending more money than it had, and so it just money printed like crazy. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The addition of the White Ranger gives the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers even more power to defend against Lord Zed and his evil alien monsters. Ooh. I kind of remember this because it felt like the White Ranger was outshining the Red Ranger, and it was, I don't know, it kind of made me feel like there should have been like a fight between them, or like, you know, like maybe like a tension, but I don't remember that actually happening. If you woke up as the other gender, what is the first thing you do? I don't know. Put my burqa on. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'll put this over here. Good question. Grab this. Put this over here. Very nice. And finally, I'd probably be a butch lesbian. We're grabbing one of these. Ooh. Here's, let's see. Oh, clay brain. They're made out of clay. The correct answer is let the homies hit. I don't know about that. Here we are. Here's these guys. I'd say, you got to be 6 feet tall, 6 inches, and 6-figure income. I'd do one of those. Whoa! Speaking of which, holy mommy, who's this? I don't remember this. Kimberly. Considered one of the most beautiful girls at Angel Grove High School. Oh, she's too young, guys. Kimberly is well liked by her classmates. No one suspects that she is the powerful Pink Ranger. Oh, she's the Pink Ranger. Okay, good. Very nice. All right, very good. I wonder what she looks like today. Probably looks like she's in her 50s. Let's see, if this was in 1994, and let's say the actress was, I don't know, 18 years old. So now we're like 34 years later, aren't we? 34 plus 18. Yeah, she should be like 52 years old. Wow. She's still banging. She probably is. I don't know how they've done it, but celebrities have figured out how to stay kind of bangable into their grandma years. Like, it started out with Jennifer Lopez and Jennifer Aniston, I think her name is. It started out with them. They're like, yeah, you can be 50 and still be hot, but they must do like an excruciating amount of like Botox, you know, so that no wrinkles are visible on their face, because your face gets wrinkly. So they must be getting like Botox and fillers and just everything to maintain the fake appearance that their skin is good. And then, I don't know, maybe low stress. I couldn't tell you. All right, Mr. Garrett, let's get this into your bag. But yeah, remember Jennifer Aniston? She'd come out and you're like, wow, she looks like she's still kind of like her mid-30s, but she's 60. How's she doing that? Probably injecting like, well, who was that one actress who actually admitted she was injecting penis foreskin into her face that would come from like babies or something? That was a real thing. It was on like Ellen. And it's sort of like some sort of skin procedure for staying young looking. Do you guys remember that? There we go. All right. Oops. Very nice. Blood sacrifices. Very happy with those pulls. You got some cool ones, man. All right, there we go. I don't trust Ellen. She was on the list. David Moraes, 2 of the PR new season packs. All right. So we're still selling out of these pretty fast. We are. All right. Yeah, but so anyways, you get these really expensive procedures, and I guess it keeps you from looking like a grandma. And I guess guys are probably getting that too, right? Like, you got a lot of guys out there, a lot of guy celebrities. They never look bad, do they? They always look kind of good. It's got to be surgery. So if you want to look good as you age, guys, you got to settle into the idea of spending, you know, better set $100,000 aside for your surgeries. Crazy when you think about it. All right, what do we got? I still have my foreskin. Nice, dude. You still got your turtleneck? We are? Ooh. Very nice. That's a subject we've talked about before on this stream. Should people be legally allowed to do that to their kids before the kids are a consenting adult? It is. Some people consider it genital mutilation. You are? Oh. All right. Good. All right. You got the ugly bug guy. Whoa. There's a couple controversial subjects we talk about from time to time, like pit bulls and circumcision's one. What are some of the other fun subjects we've talked about, guys? I like the way this card looks a lot too, actually. There we go. All right. Good. Next pack. Oh, look at these guys. I like having my jacket still on. Yeah, me too, man. You know, anytime we talk about the subject at length, you get a lot of guys defending it. And I always say this is like, how would you even know what you're missing out on? You don't have it, so you don't know what you're missing. And, you know, a lot of guys who still have their jacket or their turtleneck, whatever you want to call it, they don't elect to snip it off, because it would be kind of like cutting your eyelids off or cutting the tips of your fingers off on the part of your body that you use hopefully frequently. Your favorite part of your body. Billy, blessed with clever and inventive mind, Billy's always coming up with new gadgets. Wow, okay, good for you, Billy. He's like Billy Gates. We are? God, dude, Billy Gates went to the islands. He gave his wife an STI and then tried to slip her STI drugs without her knowing. Crazy, dude. Can't believe that's a news story. That's a real story. That guy's image is destroyed. He used to just be reviled for being like the richest guy in the world and maybe meddling a little bit. You know, like he wants to do like push birth control in Africa or stuff like that. But then he comes on and you find out all this creepy stuff about him, hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein's hooking him up with hookers or something from Russia, honeypot kind of situation. Crazy, dude. Crazy stuff. Brought on by religion. Billy might be the worst one to get. Really? It came from Egypt, circumcision. It's definitely sort of like a very old practice, and maybe a long time ago it made sense for cleanliness, or maybe it was just strictly like a religious ritual practice. Like, you ever seen those people in Africa that have like, the girls have the rings around their neck and then their necks get really long? Or there's another one where they like, their heads get pulled back because they have like a tight band around the back of their head, so it makes the back of their head longer. Or here's another one. How about the people who put like the plate in their lips? So a long time ago, maybe for cleanliness or maybe for, you know, tribal reasons, humans started genital mutilation. And we still do it. Right? And they argue it's for cleanliness. And we looked it up on AI, and AI actually argued you're cleaner when you have your fully functioning body part, you know, all the pieces. And that, you know, it actually helps keep it clean and protect it. That was the whole point of it. That was why you evolved to have it. Oscar Resendez is next. 4 of the new season Power Rangers. You got it. We will be sold out of these pretty fast, it feels like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hi there, long-time watcher, first-time catching live stream. Was wondering what you think of PSA 10 Moonbrowns. Do you think the price is manipulated or genuine love of the card? I think it's the actual love of the card, definitely. I think that's the price of everything. There's too many of them to fake the price. You know, you'd have to have a colossal amount of cash to fake the price. And I don't know what the point of it would be. Like, if it's somebody cornering the market to drive the price up and then resell it at a higher price, well, then somebody demanded them. That also counts as demand, even if the intention is only to resell them. But reselling a highly demanded product only works if somebody's willing to pay that higher price. So, you know, I don't buy into conspiracy very quickly, especially with Pokemon cards. I just kind of assume it is the way it is. Are you ready? So we might start going a little faster on these. We got to bust through these orders. I can see it's 6:30 now. So you're going to pull. We've seen a lot of these cards now. We're going to start taking a look at your holos. Here we are. Appreciate your time answering. Just wondering if I should diversify mine. Diversify? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yes, ask ChatGPT. The lip plate thing is crazy. Well, yeah, there's a lot of ritualistic practices that humans have had from all kinds of different cultures. And one of the longer lasting ones, the ones we still actually practice in modern society, is cutting off the skin of a dude's, you know, pee-pee. And it's kind of nutso because that is, without any doubt, the most sensitive part. It's extremely sensitive. It's you got like a gazillion nerve endings in it. And so they're removing that, and it's for religion. That's the only argument for it anymore. It's for religion. They do it for religion reasons, and it's a terrible reason to lose a piece of your body. It's like I try to compare it to something to help people understand. I can imagine it's the equivalent of cutting your lips off. You don't need those lips. Besides, they're making your mouth dirty. So just cut the lips off, and you'll be fine. Look, your mouth is bigger now. You know, so there's all kinds of arguments in defense of it. It's like, bro, don't cut my lips off. I evolved to have lips. The lips are there on purpose. All right, let's see what we got. You ready? So we're going to pick up these guys working out, because when you're fighting the evils of the world, you need to be able to bench press 120. They all look kind of weak compared to today's standards, don't they? Nowadays, we get ripped. We got like TRT and all this other crazy stuff. Everybody understands how to use like drugs to get ripped. Actually, I don't know what they do with superhero movies and all that, but man, they make those guys super ripped. Anyways, yeah, so if you're looking for a comparison to having your stuff snipped off as a baby, you didn't consent to it, your parents decided for you. It is very similar to cutting the lips off of your face. Yeah. Are you ready? You would never choose to do that, not in 100 years. And if you were an adult and you still had your skin on the end of your pee-pee, you would never choose to cut it off. It makes no sense. It is. Only makes sense if you believe there's some sort of like angry God who's going to punish you if you don't do it. You're not part of his club or something like that, or, you know, you want to be part of the group. Well, you need to do this ritualistic thing. That's the only way it makes any sense. Whoa! All right, very nice. Let's see. We were lucky to pull and grade ourselves in 2021, so we're up. It's just a matter of if I should take that into vintage, you know. Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you to decide if you want to do that. It's a gamble. It's a bet. So you can get rid of your Moonbryon and then go buy vintage because you think vintage is moving up faster. All right, here's Oscar Resendez. There you go. All right. Oscar Resendez. Let's get this into your bag. Your bag's pretty full. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Mr. Asmer's back, and he says for one more OP10. You got it, man. OP10 time. Ha-ha! Here we are. All right. Step in this. Good. It's a pretty interesting subject, what we were talking about. I wonder how many people still get it, because I think it's actually a really high number. Ooh, Don Quixote do Flamingo. Chat, look it up. It's gross and sad. What's gross and sad? I'm going to ask AI. I'm curious, because it seems maybe like a non-issue. Oh, Kira's is sending me text messages, huh? All right. How many babies in the world get a circumcision per year? All right. That's Mr. Asmer. Probably going to be some giant number. Let's see. Globally, 130 million babies, and about 51% of them, in other words, 67 to 69 million, receive circumcision. So almost half of all boys are being circumcised. Jesus Christ, dude. I guess I got lucky, man. I must have had nice parents. Here's Nicholas Williams. 3 spots in the Bowser. Nicholas Williams, you got it. I'm gonna put you in that giveaway too. Whoa. So Bowser's about to go off, everybody. All right, careful in there, Nicholas. You have a pretty much a 1/3 chance of missing. All right. It always circles back to the circumcision talk. We talk about it, what, like once a year at least? It is. It's such a fascinating subject. And I'm a very irreligious guy, and it bothers me. It does. I consider it genital mutilation. Okay, we have Sergio L12 is back. Battle time. I believe you're stepping into a spot on the jungle. Is that right? Sergio L12. The Old Testament, can't trust it in their circumcision amongst all the jibber jabber. Your chat GPT going to be looking at you like, yeah. Why are you asking this question? Just very curious. Now, but that's an interesting statistic. So for those of you who didn't know, roughly half of all baby boys in the world are being circumcised still in the good old 2026. We're in the future now, and it's still happening. It's a religious practice. It's biologically unhealthy, and they still do it. And it makes sex worse, and it makes your stuff smaller. And I don't know why they do it. And it should be up to you to do it as an adult at the age of 18, not up to the parent who has got like some religious belief. And so now you got to have the tip of your stuff cut off. Crazy. All right, here it is. Roki Hyun and Sergio. Here goes. Ready? All right. I must have gotten lucky. I don't know why my parents didn't do it. They're pretty conservative Catholic, but they didn't do it to any of us. So I got lucky. I got to keep mine. And I can tell you, I would never in 1,000 years cut that off. It makes no sense. Like cutting your eyelids off, cutting your lips off, cutting the skin off the tip of your fingers off. You weren't supposed to do that. All right, here goes. It's Garchomp. It's energy and double energy. He won because of the energies. All right, Sergio L12, round number 1. Now we've got Chen Pao versus the Bug. All right, you're all tied up. That goes to Roki Hyun. Round 3, we got Gyarados. Meloetta. Whoa, okay, a narrow win by Mr. Sergio. Congratulations. Sergio narrowly wins. Roki Hyun is narrowly uneven on his card now. He's almost break even, but he's slightly behind now by 1. Okay. You have 10 wins and 5 misses, Sergio. Wow, Sergio is a lucky guy. Okay, we give a card to Mr. Roki Hyun. This is your pull from the gym break. Congratulations on that. Let's put these away. Sergio, your pull is a booster pack. You're going to get a booster pack spot, or not a booster pack spot, but a random card from this jungle pack. There we go. It was to make sure sand doesn't get stuck up at all in there. Something. Some people argue there was a functionality to it, but actually if you research it, the computer will actually disagree with you. The computer will say your little hood actually protects you from sand, just like eyelids and eyelashes protect you from sand getting into your eyes. It's there to protect you from the dirt instead of leaving you exposed. All right, Nicholas never got a free spot in here. Let's get him in here. Here you go, Nicholas. There we go. There we go. Ryan Trejo's here. One live custom and a gym battle for the lightning break. That's a very small gym battle. My pest business. I have Ford Rangers, though thought about rebranding to Power Rangers. You funny man. There we go. This one live custom. Okay, here it is. Can I slab away a break card on red label? It's possible to do that. You have to tell me what card you're interested in, and I'll have to make a choice on it. One cold one, Mr. Ryan. Nothing crazy popping out this time out of the live customs. So this is your card. Sorry, Ryan. No luck there, huh? We have an order now from Mr. Thim. 3 Final Fantasy Legacy. These are really cool, and we're running out of them fast. The Final Fantasy Legacy is a specialty set. There they are. Check the menu for these if you guys like Final Fantasy. There you go. You gonna jump in this break, Mr. Legendary Pest Control? Look, this break is $128 per pack, and there's 36 packs and 1 Gengar to pull. What do you think? Good deal? That's how crazy Pokemon cards are, man. And he's not even the most expensive card. I'm getting ready to... So tonight, I will be bidding $10,000 on something. I don't know if I'll get it. But I'll be placing a large bid on a card tonight. Here's Vincent. I've been telling your story to a lot of my customers. Proud of you. I think it's baller, you're balling. We're probably moving to Vegas, by the way. So we'll probably be upping out of Missouri and going off to Vegas. Primarily because Missouri voted against being a tax-free state, which makes me very sad. That makes me sad. I want to live in a tax-free state. I want to live in the cool states, you know, where stuff is happening. Stuff happens in the tax-free states. Big businesses moving there. They construct things. People are moving in. The population's exploding. I wanted that for Missouri, and they didn't vote for it. They voted way against it. Team Rocky Grunt, let me get shipping of all my slabs and bags to this, blah, 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 blah. Let me get 1 spot in the Tyranitar sublist. Oh, the sublist. 10 Poke Shuffles, 50 for my slab away. That should be all my store credit. All right, $50 store credit. 100 slab away. Property tax is the main... I'm in Texas. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that last night. There was a guy talking about how I should move to Texas. And I mentioned that Texas isn't truly no tax because they have one of the highest property taxes. But I imagine you guys are going to vote to lower that. I guess you guys can vote to lower that. I was actually talking about that in the past, too. I was saying if Texas voted to lower their property taxes to be like more normal, then it would be like a more viable no-tax state at that point. All right, so 10 Poke Shuffles. But it really only works if you have like a really small home so that your property tax is cheap, right? Because a small home is going to have cheap property tax, even at 2%. Do you have a Reds Challenge PSA 10? I don't think I do. 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Ready? What the heck? $128 a spot? 128 a spot and 36 spots. That's Pikachu Gengar. Okay, here goes. Straight cold. It's cold, my man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So sorry, Team Rocket Grunt. That's rough, man. That is a rough. Popping this back up here. Now, you want all cards. Wait, we got to get you in the sublist, too. You want all cards mailed home to you, including that sexy new Charizard. I don't blame you. Let's see if we can find all of your consignment slabs, okay? Quickly. Oops. What list was that? Ah, here it is. You're going to take spot number 6. Everybody, 4 spots are left on the Mega Tyranitar sub list. Now, I don't remember what consigns you still had over here. You sold me back the Geodude. You've got a Snorlax somewhere. Have you? Yeah. Let's check each of these piles. Geraldo. I think that Snorlax you got is pretty good, man. I'd hold on to that Snorlax. I wouldn't resell them. I got a couple of those because I'm anticipating that card going up a little bit. I don't know if he'll go up as much as like Gold Star Gyarados will, but he's not bad. He's not a bad looking card. He looks cool. There we go. All right. So you don't have anything left on the table, which means if you have any consigns left, they're in this box down here, which we just had. If I can just pick this up, that'd be nice. That Bowser's sick. We got to get him to the doctor. He's got 2 spots left. He's a $30 break. TRG, TRG. CS-Man, CS-Man, CS-Man. All right, so let me take a moment. Look at those guys. He pulled these out of the Poke Shuffles and Live Customs. Wow. Team Rocket Grunt. Do you have any old trainers? PSA 10. I can't really think of any old trainers specifically that I have. I might have one, but I can't think of any just laying around, really. Okay, we're going to grab this. Team Rocket Grunt. Let's see, let's see. There's a Sean Gallagher. We're checking for all Team Rocket Grunt consignment slabs, which takes a minute. You know, we've kind of sold through a lot of our consignment slabs. Did you guys know that? So if you guys ever want to try and sell your cards here, it's not a terrible way to sell. Especially if you have TheCardconomist graded cards. It's a pretty good place to sell TheCardconomist graded cards. Why? Because fans of TheCardconomist are probably in the TheCardconomist stream. Jacob says, that's crazy. What's crazy? That I don't have any old trainers? I should have retained the Misty's Tears. Should have kept that one. I sold that one because in that case, I felt that the population was too high. Excuse me. And that it was going to affect the price of it. All right. Buy the Tyranitar sublist break. That's right. I agree with them. So here's Team Rocket Grunt with an address. And let's compare it to your current address. You have moved. All right. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, no. You haven't moved. No, you're in the same spot. Okay, let's add a little bit of weight to this shipment. It's a little bit of a heavier shipment. And we never shipped Steven Leon. Oh, that's terrible. All right, we still have to ship Steven Leon. I forgot we were calculating that label. And because the stupid software is so slow. And then I forgot to print it, and now we've swapped over to Team Rocket Grunt. So now we're... Oh, good. Your label came up fast. I don't know why his was so slow. All right. Here we are. Pest controls. You want to know what my sales were in 2025? 1.2 million. Not bad for one guy. I'm just one guy. I don't have like a big team. Now, with that being said, that's not profit because you have to extract expenses. Mr. Mike's side, Miss Alexis, grading costs, all of this. I have to pay taxes. I have to pay an accountant. I have to pay miscellaneous, like sleeves, labels, Sharpie markers, import taxes, and then I have to pay for the actual product. So, you actually don't get super rich on modern product, is the truth, guys. But some of that is profit, especially on slabs where I got lucky. Slabs that went up, way up in price. Booster packs that went way up in price. You see this pack back here, guys? Back in the day, I kid you not, we used to sell the whole pack for $17. Now the pack sells for $170. Wow. That's nuts. So, the more of the XY era that I sell, the more I'm cashing out on XY era. So, we didn't do too bad for 2025. Of course, 2025 was a pretty crazy year for Pokemon card sales in general, just because prices were rising really bad, and everyone was going crazy for the new sets. And yeah, it's been a good year. 2025 was, but the taxes still aren't done. But I saw that figure and I thought, hey, not bad. I bought my nephews about 50 packs. Uncle Alan's birthday today. Wowzers. Can't F around on taxes or insurance. Yeah, insurance. All right, so Team Rocket Grunt's label is printed, and he's set to the side. Now we have to get Steven Leon. My best year was in the past. It was the year, it was probably 2020, 2021, and 2022. Those were my best years. And 2023, 2024 were kind of bad. They weren't super good. 2025 appears to be an improvement. And 2026 hasn't been too bad either, I'd say that. So some years you make more, some years you make less. Again, one of the things that really stands out, I have this inventory that has aged by like 7 years now. Like when I got started, that wasn't true. When I got started, it was easy to profit off the booster packs because you could buy them relatively cheap and the demand was so high, there was a big profit margin. Now it's super cutthroat. It's really competitive. Everyone's got cheaper packs somehow. You got to push prices down constantly. You can't ask whatever you want on the pack prices. You got to go with what people are willing to pay. So the customers, believe it or not, despite how high the prices are on modern, the modern packs are decided more so by the buyers than the sellers in this new environment. So in the past, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, I used to make pretty good money selling modern. Now it's just not. It's like, good luck if you're trying to get started selling modern. It's tough. It's really tough. And Trump's import tariffs do not help. They hurt pretty badly. So it's like already price pressure goes down. Prices are pushed down. And then on top of that, you have an extra 15% import tax on all Japanese, Korean, Chinese product, which just makes it worse. And then, yeah, so there's a lot of competition too, right? So, but what's helping me in the later years, 2025, 2026, is all the XY boxes that I already bought, all the Sun and Moon product I already bought that I can just sell in breaks and stuff like that. The vintage packs, this jungle pack we're selling right here, everybody. I most likely acquired this pack for $170 in the past. So I'm cashing out now because it got older. And they used to be much cheaper. Maybe you can even say 200, I don't know, maybe 200, 250. But now you're spending $120 to buy a single spot on that. And that's because the price of the vintage slabs went way up. Vaporeon costs like $4,000, Flareon's like $3,000. I can't remember them all. I don't know if we looked up Jolteon. But Snorlax is like $3,000, Scyther's like $3,000, and then even Pikachu's like $1,000 out of this pack. So the vintage pack prices exploded. So all the jungle packs I was sitting on before that I'd once purchased for like $200 a pack are now priced much higher. They're like 5 times higher. And then, you know, we're able to sell them in a break, and that's going to be our profit margin on this pack here. So while, you know, while selling you Ascended Heroes is barely any money at all, I really don't make money on Ascended Heroes. That's the truth. I make like, I don't know, like if your job was to sell Ascended Heroes today, you can make enough money to live. You'll be like a traditional card shop maybe. This pack's going to make me kind of wealthy. So if I just sold these all day long, I do well. But here's the problem. I run out of jungle packs. So it's a limited thing. It depends on how deeply I invested in the past. Lucky for me, I spent all my money on Pokemon. So very lucky for me, I did that. That was the lucky thing. Didn't buy a ton of stocks. Didn't pay off my homes. Didn't even pay off my student loan. Just focused all the money into Pokemon. That's what I did, and it worked. Tricky move, but it worked. Last offer, would you buy the Galarian Moltres Pristine tag for $110? SC, you have a sticker price, $200. Let me take a look into it, okay? So the Pristine cards have been kind of tricky, Team Rocket Grunt. Let me take a look into what it what it might sell for, okay? All right, so we want a Tag 10 AR. Tag 10 Pristine AR Pokemon Japanese. All right, I see a couple of them up here. Here's a Dedenne for $120. Here's a Morpeko for $250. Here's a what is this? A Articuno for $440. So the prices are kind of all over the place, which kind of tells me what I'm feeling. Is I don't really know what it's worth. But let's look at ended recently. So we're looking at Pristines. So a Mewtwo Pristine ended for $160. I feel like that says a lot. Oh, wait, that's not actually Pristine. Look, it's not actually Pristine. I take it back. Hold on, wait a second. We need an actual Pristine. So here's a sold on August 8th Pristine Dedenne for $110. Or 120, I mean. 120. Sorry, I didn't mean to say 110. It's weird, you know. It depends maybe what card it is, what set it's from. I'd say I'm pretty close to saying yes, but I think I would still prefer it to be a little lighter than 110. If you really want to just get rid of it, I've held that one for a long time, and here's some thoughts on it. It may actually be worth that if you post it to eBay. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen if you post it to eBay. I never posted it to eBay, but I can tell you from the table it has not sold, and it's been rotating for a while. So if you could go a little lower on it, I would probably accept the deal right now. Here's Rokihyun, Gym Battle on the Jungle Pack Split. You got it. All right. I got a Jet. Love you, man. Hope the in vitro is going good. Yeah, we're still working on it. She had one transfer and it didn't work, so we lost an embryo. We got a lot of embryos left, like 10 of them. But, you know, you hear about the celebrities getting pregnant in their 40s these days. So maybe I'm a little too stressed over nothing. Here it is. For me, it would be a very bad disappointment if we can't have a baby. Okay, you ready? I got to do all the things, guys. I got to get old. Babies have to be made. The Pokemon cards got to go to some spoiled rich kid, right? So it's very important for them to inherit the cards, not realize how hard I worked on it, and then squander it. Very important. It's part of the story. Very important. 100. Let me look. Let me look at a standard Galarian Moltres. Is it up here? Is it right next to me? The Moltres? Let's see. Here it is. The number on it's 190. Okay, so what I know about the Moltres is that it last sold for, well, let me see. It's confusing because one sold in Japan for 94, but it's got tons of shipping on it. But then over here, closer to August 9th, this one sold only for $76. So the last PSA 10 sold for $76 in auction. $76, and then you want $110 for the Pristine, which is like maybe about a $34 difference. I'd basically just be buying it from you, I think, at full price. I think that's how I'm thinking of it. And it is more tempting, or I think you offered $100, so that would be $24. So you're offering $24 premium over the last sold PSA 10. It seems like it's about where it should be. I just don't know if I want it. That's what it comes down to. It's a nice card, but you know, I actually have quite a few more of those to grade. TRG, what's good? Just got home. Traffic is horrible. True wealth is being able to afford health care. Yeah, that's true. You know, when I get sick, I'll probably get, everybody gets the same illnesses. Brain problem, lung problem, heart problem, intestinal problem, cancer. So everyone gets the same illnesses, right? When I get those illnesses, you'll see me give up all my cards. That's what will actually happen. So you will see me liquidate. I'll say goodbye, Mudkip, Gold Star. All right, who's next? We got a little order from Jacob Chickering, 20 Poke Shuffles. Really? Mr. Jacob with 20 Poke Shuffles. You got it. You're like that other guy who bought 20 of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I hope it works. You would be a good dad. That's what you think. 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I'll probably be a dad with high expectations. That's all. I'll be like, you can't be lazy. You got to work hard. You got to succeed. Maybe I'll have one of those kids who goes crazy because the parents expect too much. Whoa, there you go. Jacob with the triple pull here. $40 to the oldest break. Can't re-roll it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, you pull a star card. I believe the oldest break right now is that Bowser. So you're in there with $10 left over. There we go. And I guess the $10 can roll into the trade break or something. I don't know. And then let's see. Professor Oak and Taruka Dedenne. You got a double good hit here. Dedenne's pretty cute. And Professor Oak. What is that? I actually don't know what the Professor Oak's going to be. let's see. Here's the Dedenne. He's a $30 card. I guess he's been re-rolled a couple times. I don't know why. He's a solid card. Here's how it looks on the back. Very cute cards. But maybe Dedenne's not as popular as I think it is, but it's weird because I would have expected it to be. Oh, I see. You got this Professor Oak trainer. Now, that is from the Classic Collection. And I thought, you know, you ought to grade a couple of those because you always throw them away. And I said, somebody will actually want to collect the trainer. It is after all, based on the base set. So it's a classic artwork. So here's what you have. $65. He could be re-rolled for $55. $30 Dedenne. You're going in the Bowser. Keep on both. All right, Jacob Chickering. I want that tag slab, mister. It is. All right. Put this in here. All right. I can facilitate a consignment sale, I guess. I already missed 11 cold Poke Shuffles. Crazy, yeah. I seen that. Now you got $10 left over. I think the only thing that would make sense to put you into is the trade break after that. Okay. Because it's the only thing it would fit into. There you go. All right. 2 more shuffles. I can't turn it into 2 more shuffles if that's what you're talking about, the $10. It has to go into a break. It's a star card. It is. So this is the only thing it would fit into. So we're putting it in here. We're running out of time, everyone. It's 7 o'clock. Please, no more orders. We started this stream super late. Apologize for that. Not meant to be working till 7. I just started really late. I was working on some stuff. Worked all afternoon, actually. I was really tired by the end of it. And then I said, and I still got to go live. I was actually tempted to call off the stream. I was like, you can't call off the stream. Oh, wait, they're in here. Okay. Sometimes when it's a smaller break, we just put the cards in there. Mr. I had to take all my collection to secure storage because it's way too much. Yeah? I hear you, man. You know, for me, I started using the PSA vault a little bit for some items. And then the other thing I do, I just have really good home security. Can I recommend a few things? Have a safe room with a safe, have third-party monitoring, and have your own cameras that record whether your internet is up or down. And most importantly, have those cameras have motion detection. It's really good. Like Kirsten and I've noticed, we even know when the cat walks by. So no one can come into the house from any angle without us knowing because it alerts our phones. You know, it turns our phones on and starts alerting. And so it records what goes on. We know who's inside. And then I have a little bit of overkill stuff. I can't talk about all the home. So I can't talk about all the home defense basically, but there's a lot you can do, but you probably don't need all that. But yeah, if you just pick a room in your home to be your safe room, that would be a good idea. But yeah, the motion detecting cameras, third-party monitoring, those are pretty standard anyways. We got some really cool cameras that can do more than that. And like we know when you're approaching the home. We know when you're on our street. We know when you're on our street approaching. You can't even come down our street without us seeing you on a monitor. And I can't talk about the rest of it. But I would like to. Maybe someday I'll write a book about card security. The problem is I'm in the middle of card security. So one of the rules is you're not allowed to talk about it. We got Matthew Rodriguez, 1 box of Weiss Brown Dust. Yes, sir. Maybe a little less talking, a little more Pokemon cards getting open. Let me go get a box of Brown Dust. We might almost be out of it. All right. Maybe I could be like anonymous and write a book about card security. That would be interesting. There we go. Very nice. Now, if you sell him the Moltres for 100, your payout is 75, okay? Here we are. Whoa! Mister, I had to take all my collections to secure storage. The amount of things I have cover a 2-bedroom storage. That's too much. You know what you ought to do? You ought to take some of the stuff you don't like to a Pokemon card collecticon or card show and try to trade some of it in. That's what I would do. Because it sounds to me like you got a lot of inventory. You ought to pick the ones you don't like as much, like the ones where you're kind of going, maybe I don't want these. Get them into a backpack or whatever, or maybe a little wagon, and start approaching tables and say, hey, I'd like to sell some of these. What are you interested in? Matthew Rodriguez, what do you got? Holographic. Mister, didn't you put my name on the energy for the gym pack break? You didn't put my name on the energy for the gym pack break. Oh, that's such a small detail. All right, we're going to go fix that. We got a full art girls touching girls boobies card. Here's a Fox Girl card. Here we are. Holographic. We've got this girl putting her hand up. I don't know what she's doing. She's like, stop. Here's Bikini Girl and girl who's not in a bikini. We've got holographic Ice Queen. Girl making tongue face or something. I don't know what's going on there. Here's the Pink Warrior Girl. Girl who's showing off her cheekage from the back. That's definitely some cheeks. I sometimes wonder if YouTube kind of buries my channel because of how lewd these cards are. But I don't know. I don't know if that would be it. There we go. And here's one more holo. Very nice. I bought 52 of your slabs on eBay to add to my collection. It's collection from 69 sports and all above. Mister, what Poke Booster box break do you have now? I missed the announcement. We do have a box split. It's a box split for Astral Radiance. Everyone buys a pack, and then we open all the packs to remember what's in that set. So it's $14 per pack, Astral Radiance. Here you go, Matthew Rodriguez. I knew I was saying it wrong when it came out of my mouth. We got to wrap up. It's 7:10, guys. It's getting too late. No more orders. I may have to just cut now. I can't do this till 8 p.m. We have a popular daytime stream. You know, the nighttime stream was dead. Nighttime stream, nothing was happening. It was really slow. So people like this daytime stream. I may need to give it more time or something. I don't know. There you go, Matthew. Thank you for the order. Appreciate it, man. Let's get you into the giveaway. Let's fix the Sergio card. Okay, we're going to hand out another ZELLE card soon enough, guys. Now, you're saying on this, oh yeah, we got to get that fixed. So you were number 212. Boom. All right, the second person won. J-Dog get on around 12. Does any set match Sneaker Bunker 1 for naughtiness? Yeah, that set we were just opening is pretty dang naughty, for sure. All right, we're having an issue where we have too many orders and it's 7:10 at night. So we weren't intending to go this late. Javier ordered 8 minutes ago for 2 live. And then we had an order from Jose Arredondo from 24 minutes ago for 2 Poke Shuffles. Here goes. Jose Arredondo, you're first. Ready? Can you show off all the breaks before you sign off? We did show off all the breaks in the middle of the stream, I think twice even. But I can tell you that Bowser's about to go off for 30 bucks. Jose Arredondo. 2 cold ones. I'm sorry, man. 2 cold ones. Javier. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, the live customs. What are we going to pull? We ought to get like some really high quality packs for the live customs so that they look really nice. 2 cold ones this time, I'm afraid. All right, these are yours. That's rough. Here's a Jose Arredondo, 3 spots on the trade break. All right, yes, sir. Wait, when did he order this? 6 minutes ago, okay. Jose Arredondo, Jose Arredondo, Jose Arredondo. I sent for 3 spots on the trade card. It's a cool one, the embossed foil hunter from those very premium, very expensive Halo packs. And even though it's an 8, these days, I don't know if everyone cares as much whether it's a 10 or not, you know, because a 10 on that card might be like $500 or something, you know. Might be really expensive now. I think we did. I think we're caught up. I think we got all the orders done. So I'm just going to wrap up right here, guys. Now, for the new breaks, this big Gengar break, people voted on that. They said that's what they wanted. Big Gengar break. You're seeing it. Lightning break, Tyranitar, Shanks for 25, Altart PSA Magazine promo. This is a gym break within the Tyranitar for 20 bucks. So really, he's closer to 5 out of 8 at this point. So there's about 3 spots left on Tyranitar. He's pretty close. Bowser, only 1 spot away. He's going to be done tonight that fast. $30. Somebody's going to jump in there just for fun. Probably. And then gift Pikachu, which is so small, he could have just gone into live customs. I'm going to have to think about that. No more breaks that are so small. Only large breaks. They make sense. So we got gift Pikachu. He's a promo. You can't even pull that card. So I've created a way for you to pull this card out of booster packs. How neat. And then Bowser is just really rare. There's only 8 of them. He's really rare. Really, he's quite old. He's 11 years old. And it's just a very cool Bowser card. Welcome to Poke Emojis. Hey, what's up, man? All right, guys. Well, I'm all done for the daytime stream. We got a nice 2-hour stream in. I'll be back for the Tuesday late night stream. I hope you'll join us. And hopefully we'll have more time to have fun with each other. Okay, see you there, everybody.